Close one eye. Now look straight ahead. Don't scan, don't search, just look. Somewhere in your field of vision right now, there is a hole, a gap, a patch of the world that your eye physically cannot see. And you didn't notice. You have never noticed, not once in your entire life. Your brain has been painting over this hole, frame by frame, every waking moment without ever telling you. Let me show you what's actually happening inside your eye. Light enters through the pupil. It passes through a layer of ganglion cells, neurons, basically brain tissues. It passes through bipolar cells. And then, finally, after pushing through all of these cellular traffic, it reaches the photoreceptors, the rods and cones that actually detect light. And here's the thing, those photoreceptors, they are facing the wrong way. They are pointing away from the light toward the back of your eyeball. The very cells designed to catch light are buried behind layers of other stuff, like pointing a camera sensor at a lens cap and hoping for the best. Octopuses don't have this problem. Their photoreceptors face forward toward the light, like any sensible design would. Squid eyes, cuttlefish eyes, all wired correctly. Evolution solved this problem beautifully in an entirely different branch of animal kingdom. But not in us. In us, evolution took a shortcut it couldn't undo, and the consequences didn't just stop there. Because the photoreceptors are backward, the nerve fiber carrying visual information have to go somewhere. So they all gather together and punch a hole straight through the retina to form the optic nerve. Right there, a literal hole in your light sensitive surface. No photoreceptors, no vision, just nothing. This is your blind spot, and both eyes have one. Don't believe it? You can prove it yourself right now. Close your right eye. Stare at this cross with the left eye. Now slowly move your head closer to the screen, then farther away. At a certain distance, the dot disappears. It's gone, vanished. The light from that dot is landing on your blind spot, where there is no photoreceptors to catch it. And you know what's the strange part here? When that dot vanishes, you don't see a hole. You don't see a black patch. You see whatever is around it. White background, you see white. Patterned wallpaper, you see pattern. Your brain isn't just ignoring the gap, it's actively filling it, inventing visual information based on context, guessing. And it does this so fast, so seamlessly, that you have lived your entire life without knowing you are partially blind. It's how your visual system works all the time across your entire field of vision. Your brain is not showing you reality, it's showing you a useful approximation stitched together from scraps, edited in real time, and presented to you as the truth. Now let me show you something else. There's a nerve called the recurrent laryngeal nerve. Its job is simple: connect your brain to your larynx, your voice box. In a sensible design, this would be direct line, brain to throat, few inches maybe. But the recurrent laryngeal nerve doesn't take a direct line. It leaves your brain, travels down your neck, loops under your aortic arc, a major artery near your heart, and then travels all the way back up to your neck to reach your larynx. That's few feet of nerve for a few inch job. In a giraffe, the same nerve travels entire length of that enormous neck, down, 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 loops under the aorta, and then travels all the way back up, 15 feet, for a connection that is in a straight line about few inches apart. But why bad design? Because this nerve started out in fish. In fish, the equivalent nerve runs behind a blood vessel near the gills. It's clean, sensible path. But as vertebrates evolved, as neck elongated and heart migrated downward into the chest, that nerve got caught on the wrong side of aorta. Evolution couldn't reroute it. The path was set. So it just stretched, generation by generation, millimeter by millimeter. Richard Dawkins called in his single favorite example of how evolution proves itself not by being elegant, but by being stuck. A designer would reroute the nerve. Evolution just kept pulling it longer. And once you start looking, you see same story everywhere. Your wisdom tooth. Your jaw is too small for them. Our ancestors had bigger jaws. They needed them. We don't. But our genetic instructions for those extra molars are still running. Now they come in sideways, impacted, painful. A feature that made sense for a different face in a different time are still trying to fit in yours. Your lower back. The human spine evolved for four-legged locomotion, and then we stood up recently in evolution terms. The result is a curved, compressed, jury-rigged support column that fades spectacularly in millions of people. The lumbar region is quite literally not designed for vertical load, but it wasn't designed at all. It was modified. And this one, the fact that you can choke to death on your own food, your pharynx, the tube at the back of your throat, is shared by both breathing and swallowing. Air and food cross path. Every meal in your body runs split-second coordination routine to make sure food doesn't go down the wrong pipe. It usually works. But when it doesn't, you choke. Whales don't have this problem. Their blowhole is separate. Their airway and foodway never intersect. None of these are accidents. None are random malfunctions. They are fossils, not of bone, but of history. Every design flaw in your body is a record of previous body that worked well enough to survive and reproduce. Not perfectly, not optimally, just did it work. And this is what evolution actually is. Not an engineer, not an optimizer, a patcher. Evolution can only modify what's already there. It cannot tear down and rebuild. It cannot say, this retina wiring is mess. Let's start over. It can only tweak, stretch, repurpose, or compensate. The result, after hundreds of millions of years, is a body that works nearly perfectly. A body full of compromises, held together by workarounds. So, your eyes are installed backwards. Your brain lies to you about the gaps. A nerve in your throat takes a detour, a longer path for no reason except that your fish ancestors worked in a certain way. Your teeth don't fit. Your spine is quadruped spine forced upright. And yet you open your eyes every morning and the world appears seamlessly, vivid, real. The backward retina compensates. The blind spot gets painted over. The nerve detour still delivers the signal. You speak, you eat, you stand, you see. Because 4 billion years of accumulated patches collectively somehow work. There is something almost beautiful about this. You're not a design thing. You are optimized machine. You are a history book written in flesh. Every page an ancient compromise, every chapter a past self that refused to die completely. Your eyes are wired backward, and that is not a mistake. It's a signature. Thanks for watching.